we are the team from MBA Gurgaon and we will be presenting a solution for the 2015 PTAC Prize Challenge. Now, our solution will be covered in this structured format. First, we will be discussing the situation analysis or the context of the case. Next, we'll come to the problems faced by the authorities of the company. Then, our recommendations, which will help the company improve its condition, and the conclusion or the path forward for the company. So, coming on to the situation analysis, first, about the organization is, we'll be covering it in different salient points, which is the products, process, sales and customer, inventory and costing. So coming to the products, the company has two products. That is, they are contact lenses. One is the spun type lens and the other is astigmatism lens. The company is best in the industry as per quality. And next, the company has improved its revenues by 40% on a year-on-year growth basis, and its product mix has changed dramatically over the past 3 years. Now coming to the processes, the company's processes for the production of the astigmatism and spun type lenses, they have high variability in the power of lens. We will be discussing further on this topic. Next, there are limited quality checks in the process, and the ERP system that has been adopted by the company, it has been awarded Class A status. We will also discuss the implications of this in the further slides. Next, coming to the sales and customer. Monthly sales forecast is available at the business revenue level. That is, the sales forecasts are done based on the dollar sales value of its products and not on the volume of products. Next, customer service has declined from 85% to 80% in the past 1 year. Even though the inventory, coming to the inventory, we know that there are 4 types of inventory. That is raw material, work in progress inventory, and 2 types of inventory for the finished goods. That is part 300 and part 400. Now, even though there has been a climbing inventory for the company, but the sales forecast, they declared that there has been a customer service decline from 85% to 80%. So this is one matter of concern, which we'll discuss again in further slides. And coming to the costing part, the company adopts a standard costing method with 70% of its cost as allocated overheads. Next, coming to the problem analysis or the issues that are faced by the company. So we identified 3 major issues that the company was facing, from not only from the point of view of Jim, but from all the departments together in the company. So the first problem is inaccurate demand forecasts. Now, inaccurate demand forecast will see that the sales forecasts, they are accurate up to 95% at business revenue level. But also the forecasts that are done, they are done at a monthly level and not at a, let's say, when you consider consumer goods or the goods that are sold in the market for as a daily use, because contact lenses are a product which a customer usually buys as a service pack for a month or 2 weeks. So if we see that kind, the forecasts are done on a monthly basis and not on a fortnight or a weekly basis. And also the production variability involved in the process, they are very high. Suppose a lens with target power of -3 diopters is under production, then the process output, it ranges from -2.5 diopter to -4 diopter. And because of this, the process capability metric, that is increasing and thus leading to a high variability in the process. Next, the climbing inventory costs. As discussed, inventory has been climbing even though there has not been enough sales to support this climbing inventory. And also standard costing is being followed for this inventory, and the concern is that this inventory expires in the next 6 months. Coming to the first problem, inaccurate demand forecasts. The forecasts are done on a revenue basis instead of the volume of product basis. Also, the forecast, it is not being done on an SKU level demand, it is done on a holistic level. That is, our both final products, part 300 and part 400, the total sales forecast are being presented as one forecast and not on a SKU level. So because of this, the division for the production department, it becomes inaccurate. Now next, this leads to an excess inventory since the production department cannot divide its production as per the demand of the market, as it does not have the required data. Hence, it leads to excess unwanted inventory. Therefore, there is a high level of safety stock and work in progress inventory. And further, all this results in high costs being incurred by the company. It leads, because of the increased WIP inventory and the standard costing that is being adopted by the company, the costs have risen very high. Above are two excerpts from the case which have helped us come to these kind of conclusions. Next up, the next problem will be discussed by my teammates.
Hi. So we will discuss about high production variability in the process. Now we evaluated the work process along these 5 parameters and using the control charts. Although we did not have enough data to plot a control chart, but we tried to study what control charts actually are. So we see that the chart which is below, it represents an out of control process, and the chart which is above, it represents a process which is within control. And the current process, when we evaluated around accuracy and efficiency, we see that the range of lenses which is coming out of the process ranges from -2.5 D to -4 D, when the actual required power of the lenses is -3 D. So this reduces our accuracy and hence the efficiency, leading to more wastage and hence increased costs. Then talking about the reliability of the process, we have already seen that the range of power has been widening, so the process is not very reliable. Due to these factors, we also saw that the amount of safety stock required to maintain the same customer service levels was increasing. But also, with the current amount of inventory levels, we were not able to service our customers at the required levels, as has been shown that the customer service metric has declined from 85% to 80%. Then talking about the next problem, that is of climbing inventory costs. Now there are a few points to think about here. First of all, that the costing system which the company is currently following is standard costing system. The three salient key points are that the company is producing 2 distinct products, two very different lenses, but the setup of production is the same for both the lenses. It is a well-known fact that the prices and production costs of various products will vary. However, we are assuming that both the lenses cost the same to us. Then the third point is that safety stock is kept at the WIP inventory level because the demand forecasts are not available to us. From the above, it can be inferred that the standard costing system is currently in place, It needs review because we are seeing excess costs. Talking about the mix of the problems, I mean, there are three major problems as we have seen. One is the forecasts are not very accurate. Then the CPK metric or the reliability metric has been widening, and the current costing system might be inflating the costs. This all in a combination is resulting in a headache, we suppose, to Jim. Now talking about the recommendations. So first of all, coming to the first problem of the inaccurate forecast. Demand forecasts, they are very important to any organization, and especially a manufacturing organization, to plan ahead, to plan along the whole supply chain efficiently in order to minimize their costs. And profitability of any firm, especially my manufacturing firm, depends on the accuracy of its demand forecast. And with the prime focus on product forecasting, understanding and predicting the elements that make up the final SKU forecast are the basis for improvement here. Now, talking about how to tackle these forecasting errors, we have analyzed it along 4 dimensions. First is the planning horizon. We've seen that the monthly sales breakup is is given on a monthly basis. Now, however, we suggest that we should reduce the planning horizon to maybe a week or fortnightly basis. Then the forecast detail. Right now, the forecast available to us is at an overall level. It should be segregated according to the SKUs in service. And the next, that the current forecast is available in terms of sales revenue. Now, this can be very misleading. So we suggest that the forecast should be made in terms of volumes. And lastly, as we have seen that the sales function is not very cooperative here with us, as it has been pointing out that the service level of our customers has been going down, and it is also not sharing the relevant data with us in a very prompt manner. Now, talking about the next issue is high production variability. As we know that currently the lenses being produced vary range from -2.5D to -4D. Now, this production level can be deemed to be uncontrolled in a way because the range of the products is widening. Then there is a lack of acknowledgement by the management that the production may be unstable, which is again an important here because we need management support here. Now, the variability appearing in the process set A, we can also conclude that the variability in the process is appearing in the processes set from A through C because the variability.
Now, coming to the high production variability, how to tackle this problem? Well, we have proposed to change the setup from a combined setup to two distinct production setups for each of the products. So, we will get separate raw material procurement for each of the production setups, and thus we will get a better idea about how much raw material is being consumed by which process. Secondly, it provides greater control over materials as well as reduces the types of inventory being stored by the company. Also, it will help in implementation of JIT models, and thus it will increase production efficiency. Also, it helps us determining the actual production cost and thus forecasting a better price as well as better demand overhead allocation for all the products. So now coming to the third problem, which is driving inventory costs. Now, what drives inventory costs? Well, first of all, the revenue has increased 40% over the last 3 years, and hence the amount of inventory has increased proportionately. In lieu of declining customer service, the production team had continuously decided to increase the safety stocks, and they still further want to increase the safety stock. That has driven the amount of inventory being stored. Also, the finance department does not allow the sale of excess inventory below the standard costs. Again, 70% of the costs are allocated as overheads without regard to process of production involved in the entire production process of a certain material. So the amount of resources are not being taken into account properly. Now, how to tackle this issue? Well, first of all, we're introducing a revamped inventory management system in which orders, sales, and deliveries are taken into account while making forecasts as well as inventory storage. So we propose to eliminate WIP inventory, and after this, we are going to eliminate the storage of product 200, and this is going to be implemented because we are separating the supply chain and we do not need to segregate the material at that stage. We are also proposing to introduce collaborative planning, forecasting, and replenishment. So, what we are going to involve the upstream and downstream players of the supply chain, and this will help us increasing the accuracy of demand forecasting and creating a customer demand schedule, and reducing uncertainty, which leads to variation in inventory levels. So the next thing which we propose is to the switch to activity-based costing. Well, why activity-based costing? Because it allocates overheads in a better manner than standard costing. So, and the main reasons why we are proposing this are because the product mix has changed dramatically over the past 3 years, and we have to look into competitive pricing of the existing products which are in demand for the market. And secondly, 70% of the costs are allocated as overhead without regard to the process of product involved, and we have to correct this thing. See, and there are different processes for part 300 and 400, and thus the cost drivers may be different, and adoption of different cost drivers will show the exact pricing which we have to keep. Part 200 is proposed to be eliminated from the bill of materials, and thus this will account for WIP inventory reduction. And finally, the company is best in industry as per quality, and thus we believe that they can go for higher margins by using ABC. We think that the company can go for better pricing for each of the products. Now, going ahead to the conclusion. Well, we have broken up the conclusion into all three departments of the organization. First of all, for marketing, it has to reduce the planning horizon and provide forecasts for a shorter duration, preferably fortnightly or weekly. It has to prepare a disaggregate forecast for at SKU level instead of the dollar sales level, which it is doing currently. And it has to use demand history and a comparison of demand history and sales history to provide more accurate sales forecasts. Now, for the finance team, we have proposed them to introduce activity-based costing instead of standard costing, and this will help us judge the prices better and implement better pricing strategies. Finally, the operations team, well, we have to segregate both products as the production processes as the products are distinct in nature, and thus it has to enhance control over raw material inventory and eliminate WIP inventory. So it should also adopt a CPFR in consultation with supply chain stakeholders. And finally, for the organization, the improved cross-functional collaboration has to be done by the heads of the organization so that there is more synergy between all three departments. And this will provide a better coordination and better strategy preparation for the company. And being a product-based company, the management decisions should be in aligned with the operations strategy. That is what we believe. Thank you.